The cat who wanted to fly. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village with cobblestone streets and flower-filled gardens, there lived a small, fluffy cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was no ordinary cat, although at first glance people might think so. He had soft gray fur, a long swishy tail, and bright green eyes that sparkled with curiosity. But Whiskers had a dream unlike any other cat in the village. He didn't want to chase mice all day, or nap in the sunshine, or even climb trees. Whiskers wanted to fly. Every morning, Whiskers would sit on the roof of the old bakery, his paws tucked under him, gazing at the birds that soared through the sky. He watched the sparrows dart and dive, the swallows twist and twirl, and the eagles glide with their wide wings spread. His heart ached with longing. If only I had wings, Whiskers whispered to himself. I would fly higher than the clouds. I would chase the sun. I would dance with the wind. The other cats in the village thought Whiskers was strange. Flying? Cats don't fly, said Marmalade, the orange tabby who liked to brag about her mouse-catching skills. Why don't she just climb trees like the rest of us? Whiskers shook his head. Climbing isn't the same. I want to feel the air beneath me, lifting me up. The cats laughed. You're dreaming of impossible things, they meowed, but Whiskers didn't care. He knew his dream was special. One day, while sitting on the bakery roof, Whiskers saw a little girl walking by with her grandfather. The girl was carrying a red kite that bobbed in the breeze. Whiskers' eyes grew wide as he watched the kite dance in the sky, its tail ribbons fluttering. He thought, if a kite can fly, maybe I can too. That night, when the village was quiet, Whiskers sneaked into the barn and found scraps of cloth, string, and sticks. With his paws and teeth, he tried to build wings for himself. He tied cloth to sticks and strapped them awkwardly to his back. When morning came, he climbed onto the barn roof and leapt into the air. For a moment, he felt the wind rush around him, and he believed he was flying. But then whoosh, the homemade wings collapsed, and Whiskers tumbled into a haystack. He shook the hay from his fur and sighed. That didn't work, but I won't give up. Whiskers tried again and again. He tied feathers to his fur, leapt with umbrellas, even balanced on laundry hung out to dry, hoping the wind would carry him away. Each time he fell, but each time he picked himself back up. His determination made him stronger, and though the other cats teased him, the children of the village began to admire his courage. One day, while Whiskers was sitting sadly by the pond after another failed attempt, a wise old owl flew down from a nearby tree. The owl had golden eyes and feathers speckled with white. Why so glum, little cat? Asked the owl. Whiskers lifted his head. I want to fly. I've tried everything, but I always fall. The owl tilted his head thoughtfully. Flying is not easy. It takes patience, practice, and a true belief in yourself. But perhaps what you need is not just feathers or cloth. You need to understand the sky. Whiskers' eyes shone with hope. Can you teach me? The owl nodded. Meet me here each evening, and I will show you. So every night, under the glow of the moon, the owl taught Whiskers about the ways of the wind. He taught him how air lifts wings, how birds glide by spreading their feathers wide, and how the currents in the sky can carry you if you learn to work with them, not against them. Whiskers listened carefully, his heart filling with determination. But still, he had no wings. How can I fly without wings? He asked. The owl gave a mysterious smile. Sometimes wings are not what you think they are. Keep trying, little cat, and you may find the sky waiting for you. The next day, Whiskers went to visit the girl with the red kite. Her name was Lily, and she was kind and gentle. She often slipped Whiskers bits of fish or stroked his fur when she passed by. Lily, meowed Whiskers, I need your help. Now, Lily couldn't exactly understand cat language, but she had a way of knowing what Whiskers wanted. She saw him staring at the kite, pawing at the string, and she giggled. "Do you want to fly with my kite, Whiskers?" She tied a little harness around him, gently and carefully, and attached it to the kite's string. Whiskers' heart pounded as the wind lifted the kite higher and higher until suddenly he was off the ground. His paws dangled, his tail swished, and he was gliding through the air with the kite above him. The villagers gasped and pointed. "Look at the flying cat!" they cried. Whiskers yowled with joy. He wasn't soaring like the eagles yet, but he was flying. He felt the wind under his body carrying him, just as he had dreamed. When Lily gently pulled him back to the ground, Whiskers licked her cheek gratefully. But Whiskers wasn't done. The kite had given him a taste of the sky, but he wanted more. He practiced every day, with Lily cheering him on and the owl giving him advice at night. He learned how to leap higher, how to spread his body in the air to catch the breeze, and how to land softly. Little by little, he began to glide short distances on his own, jumping from high places with cloth wings strapped to his back. Then came the big test. One summer afternoon, a festival was held in the village. People played music, danced, and flew their kites. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind blew through the square, and a little boy's kite snapped free, soaring toward the cliffs. The boy began to cry. Without thinking, Whiskers dashed forward. He climbed the tallest roof, strapped on his wings, and leapt into the air. For a moment, the villagers gasped, thinking the cat would fall. But Whiskers caught the wind just right. His wings stretched wide, his body balanced, and he glided gracefully through the air. The crowd cheered as he caught the kite string in his teeth and brought it back to the little boy. The boy laughed with delight and hugged Whiskers tightly. "Thank you, Flying Kitty," he said. From that day on, Whiskers was no longer the strange cat with impossible dreams. He was Whiskers the flying cat, the hero of the village. Children drew pictures of him soaring through the sky, and the other cats stopped teasing and started watching him with awe. Whiskers had proven that even the wildest dreams could come true if you believed, practiced, and never gave up. But Whiskers didn't stop dreaming after that. Every time he soared above the rooftops with the help of the wind, he thought about how much farther he could go. Maybe one day he would fly across mountains, over oceans, and into lands no cat had ever seen. The sky was big, and his heart was full of courage. Late at night, when the village was quiet, Whiskers would climb the highest roof, look up at the stars, and whisper, "Thank you, owl. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, wind. I will keep flying. I will never stop." And somewhere in the darkness, the wise old owl hooted softly, proud of his little student who had turned a dream into reality. And so, Whiskers the cat who wanted to fly became Whiskers the cat who really did fly, not because he was born with wings, but because he had the courage to believe in them.